just type 1. Okay, if it's better, type 1, guys. If it's better, just type 1 for me. If it's better, type 1, guys. If it's better, type 1, type 1. Awesome, 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 awesome. Is the connection still bad? Someone is saying the connection is bad. Is it still bad? Or it's okay, like it's good? Please let me know, okay? Is it bad or it's good? It's good now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's just begin quickly. It's good now. Awesome, awesome. I had to change routers. I told you guys I have three internet providers I use on my live stream. Okay. I'm glad it's back now. Let's make some money. Let's make some money. Just to confirm again if I'm live on YouTube. Let me just confirm. Awesome, I'm live on YouTube. Awesome. Okay, guys. You're welcome. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Have you had a great weekend? Nice. Beautiful. What are your expectations this week? I see you, Ifeanyi. Good to have you. I had a great weekend, guys. I had a fantastic weekend. Your expectation is 100K. That is crazy. But yeah, it's achievable. Things can happen in just few days and weeks for you. I'm fine. Thank you. More Benjamins. Nice. Hopefully, guys. Okay, so we are just here to analyze for the week, okay, particularly gold, Bitcoin, silver, EURUSD, and GBPUSD. Every Monday morning we go live to analyze these pairs. Now, if it's your first time joining me, let me know where you're watching me from. I'm from Accra, Ghana. Let me know in the comments. Where are you watching me from, guys? Where are you watching me from? Which country? Where are you watching me from, guys? Where are you watching me from? Malaysia, nice. Koforidia, nice. Nice. Accra, La Paz. Interesting. Good to have you guys here. Djibouti, nice. Barcelona, East Legon, Russia, Nigeria, Namibia. Nice. Ashaiman, awesome. Okay. Like I said, I'm from Accra, Ghana. Ghana is one of the most beautiful countries in Africa. But yeah, you're welcome to my live. And today we are just going to begin. Now, you guys know there is this issue of the US-Iran war, right? At the moment, there are peace talks that are happening to... Let me reduce the music. There are peace talks that are currently happening to kind of bring both parties to some form of agreement, okay? Or just for some negotiations to happen. Now, negotiators are really working to bring both parties together. But you guys remember I mentioned some weeks ago that both parties still don't trust each other. The US doesn't trust Iran, Iran doesn't trust US, and it's just because in times past, whenever they come to such agreement, they want to make such negotiations on whichever deal they have, either party backs out eventually. The negotiation doesn't go through. So it's making both parties have some kind of mistrust for the other party, thinking they will back out soon, they will do this. Now, if Iran decides to hand over or reduce the uranium enrichment, right, it's going to also help US to reduce the sanctions, reduce the sanctions and the blockades that they have placed on some of the passageways. Now, if this happens, if the negotiation goes through, hopefully we are going to have the panic is going to go down, okay? The fear and panic amongst investors, inflation rising, all of those things are going to reduce, and then that is also going to affect the price of gold. You guys remember when the whole war started, when the tensions were high, it's plummeted the price of gold. Gold really shot up, it increased. Now, if the negotiations go through and things calm down, things get better, it's going to also drop the price of gold because, I mean, it's a safe haven, but then now that there's no panic, there's no tension, there's no fear, people will have the confidence to remove their investments from gold as a safe haven into other investments now. So if that goes through, that is what we should be expecting on gold. Crazy drop on gold. Already I mentioned the peace talks process are in progress, right? If it goes through, gold might go bearish very soon. And you guys remember I've been saying over the past weeks that gold has been bearish, right? We have gold giving us a lower high, a lower low. Sorry, I'm not sharing my screen on YouTube. Let me just come to my chat quickly. Can you see my screen on YouTube, guys? Those on YouTube, can you see my screen? I almost analyzed without you guys. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, guys? Network is lagging. Can you see my screen? But is my screen clear? Okay. I'm trying to work on the network, guys. I'm trying to work on it. Okay. So gold has been very bullish. We've been having series of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? Now, based on the fundamentals happening, which is the peace talk that are currently going on between US and Iran, if that happens, it means that gold is going to go bearish, right? It means that we might have another low coming in, because now we formed a new high here. We might have a new low coming in, which will eventually break this previous lower low that we've created. I've been analyzing this thing for a while now. Okay, we might get a new low coming in on gold. Now let's move to the 4-hour and let's see what market is doing. At the moment, gold is looking bearish because of the structure we have. Also, we've broken this area here, this support level on gold. We have a candle that has closed below that area. I analyzed this area last week. Price has closed below this area. This area we have, okay? So whatever we're having on gold might just be a possible retracement. And you can see we have some form of resistance here that price broke out of. This area, okay? Price broke out of this area. And then possibly, I'm looking for a possible retest in that area before we go down. That would be a very good sell trade. More like a head and shoulder, or this is like a break and retest also. We tap here and then we eventually come down to create new lows at the bottom. Now, overall, this structure, okay, is looking bearish. But then, if you look at this small structure here also, we have some kind of lower high form, lower low. We have a lower high form. Price has created a new low. So possibly we might have a new lower high forming at this area here, possibly. Then we might have a new low to the downside. That is what I'm expecting on gold. Is it clear? Let me make sure I'm still connected. Is it clear, guys? Just want to make sure I'm still connected. Is it clear? Awesome. Let me just quickly check on YouTube, guys. Is network still clear? Or is still lagging? Okay. So I'm currently on the daily time frame. I'm switching to the 4-hour time frame now. Now on 4-hour, still the same thing, guys. Gold giving series of lower highs and lower lows, okay? But then markets open with a gap. This is the gap we had in the market. We had this gap here. So for those who are holding trades over the weekend, this is what gaps can really do to you. It opens and your account is just gone for no reason. Make sure if you don't have a clear setup, or if you're not a swing trader, you don't hold your trade over the week. If you're a day trader, whenever market is closing, make sure you also close your trade just to avoid some of these spikes and all of that, okay? Now, currently, gold has gotten to a resistance point here. This resistance point here. And that is where price is reacting from now, okay? Let me delete this area here because price has already tapped there. And let's have the gap down, because gaps will eventually need to be filled to bring balance in the market. Now, gold has tapped this resistance point here. And if you look at the structure, we are having some sort of inverse head and shoulder. That doesn't mean that price is going fully bullish. It means that price might go bullish probably to this zone, but let's just see the structure well. So we have this, the shoulder, we have the head, price pulled back here, we have this right shoulder, and then now we are here. Now we don't conclude that this action is bullish until the neckline here is broken. Until this neckline here is broken. That's why we can conclude that gold is going bullish. Until we have a closure, a strong closure above the zone, then we can tell that price might go bullish. But then at the moment, we can have some form of double top. One mistake people mostly make when it comes to trading inverse head and shoulder or normal head and shoulders is that area you're looking at, that neckline can actually turn into a double top or a double bottom. Always wait for some sort of closure. If the closure doesn't come, you might have a double top forming at the level here, this area here, then we have price pushing down, and then you're out of it. So always make sure that you have some form of strong bullish closure above the neckline before you conclude, okay? So at the moment, I'm going to be looking for sells on gold at this resistance point, okay, because I'm looking at this gap here getting filled eventually. Let's come to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour time frame, you can still see the gap in this area here. Still not seeing any possible area for buys or sells just yet on the 1 hour. The only area I can possibly conclude on buys is this other block here, because from that zone, that is where this whole push up on gold happened. From that level, that's when this whole gap was formed. So we can have this area as our first possible buy zone, okay? That is not to conclude yet, but we'll come to that later. Let's check the 45 minutes. So we have the same area here for possible buys on gold, okay? This area, which is 4509 to 4504 for possible buys on gold. Now I'm still looking for sells in this area because we still need to fill this gap all the way to this area here, okay? We still need to fill the gap. Let's come to 30 minutes. 30 minutes, still no clear area just yet. Now in 30 minutes, I'm seeing we are having some series of internal bearish structure, okay? We have price forming a lower high, price forming a lower low here. Now we have a pullback into the zone to form a lower high at this point. So we might possibly have new lower lows coming in just from this structure. So a lower high here formed a lower low, pulled up to form a lower high, broke this low to form a lower low. We formed a new lower high, possibly we might break to form a new lower low. That is what I'm really seeing. Then we can just dump gold down to go and fill that whole gap before possibly pushing up. So I'm looking for sales on gold in that area. I'm still looking for sales. Let me just remove everything. Let's move to 15 minutes and then start getting possible entries from there. Every area on the 15 minutes seems to have been filled also. Every area here seems to have been filled. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we might have some area coming in on the 5 minutes, which is at this level here, right? This drop happened not long ago. This drop here. Might have some possible retest there. But then guys, not to conclude here, let's check the 3 minute time frame and then see something. Now on the 3 minutes, every imbalance inside the zone has been filled. From when the sell started, we've had every imbalance being filled up, except this imbalance here. So we have an imbalance here. I'm deleting this zone here, okay? This zone was just to show us the resistance point gold had touched. So let's just have this other block here drawn on the 3 minute. That is the only imbalance I can see at the moment on the 3 minutes time frame. So let's have the zone extended. Let's remove the gap. So at the moment, the zones I have for sales, I'm looking for sales now, okay? And then overall buys from this zone. But then sales, I'll be looking at this upper zone here. This 3 minutes unmitigated order block. So let's have that area down for possible sales. Possible sell zone. That's my fair sell zone on gold. Now price getting to this 5 minutes area can also react. Okay, I would be looking for scalps in that area. This area here, we might have possible sales coming in. We might not even get to the area above here, but guys, we can never tell what market is heading to. So I'll take a trade from this area, all right, for sales, okay? But I'm not going to hold that trade for long. Overall, my focus will be on this area because we have liquidity sitting above it also. But then here is a possibility. This area is also a possibility for possible sales coming in. Now let's look at the buys. Let's look at the buys. Buys on gold. Let's see how best we can fine tune our zone, guys. The buy zone is too big. It's too big. It's too big. It's too big. Oh, 64 pips. Not too big, guys. 64 pips is not big on gold. But I think we can do some fine tuning to that zone. We can still do some fine tuning to the zone. We can do some fine tuning to the zone, to this area. Just to have a very small stop loss. Okay, we can do some fine tuning on gold to that area. Those on TikTok, I'm also live on YouTube, okay? If you want to see the screen fuller, you can go to YouTube and then just watch from there. Everything is full on YouTube. The screen is fuller. So for buys on gold, I'm going to be looking at this zone. So we fine-tuned our zone from over 60 pips to now 32 pips. 32 pips, that's fine. We've slashed the zone into half now, giving us a smaller stop loss. So I have my possible sell zone here, possible sell zone here also, and then my last buy zone is going to be below. So possible buy zone. This is my setup for gold today, guys. It looks easy, but we might get very good trades coming from there. Now, like I said, this whole gap needs to be filled, okay? This whole gap here is an imbalance, a big one. A big one. We need to fill this imbalance, hopefully this week. And keep in mind, today is a bank holiday. It's a USD bank holiday. It's a pound bank holiday. It's a Euro bank holiday. Market might not move that much. Even if it moves, it might just move. It might stop moving around 3 p.m. GMT, right? Or maybe 1 p.m. GMT. So make sure you're not staying in the market for so long today. The best time to trade is actually this morning. Because from 12 p.m. GMT, market will start to slow down. In about, let's say, 5 hours time, market might slow down. So let's hope we catch all of these trades today, okay? Or this morning. The sells here, this sell, and then possibly the buy zone. That is what I have on gold at the moment. Is it clear, people? Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Is Derek here? If Derek is on TikTok, please block those typing negative stuff in the comments for me, okay? If Derek is around, just block them for me. Is it clear, guys? Okay. YouTube, is it clear? It's how to join mentorship. Send me a DM. Send me a DM. Let's analyze today, okay? It's clear. Awesome. Awesome. I'm going to send this setup to the community, to the Telegram channel. So if you want the setup, just do what to join the Telegram channel. You'd find the setup being shared shortly after this live, okay? After this live, we'll have the setup shared to you. I love this gold setup so much. You might have a good one today. Hopefully, you might have a good one. Okay, moving on to the next pair. Let's move on to Euro USD. Euro USD. Remove drawings. Let's start from the daily time frame. Now, the daily time frame, Euro USD, what is it trying to do? Let me try and understand the structure. So, let's see, guys. I've not analyzed any of these pairs. I'm doing it afresh with you, so you'd understand how I analyze my setups. Because people ask me, how do you draw your buy zones? How do you draw your possible sell zones? This is how I start, just like what you're seeing on the chart. So Euro USD, price is giving series of higher highs, higher lows, right? From the bottom, we've been trending to the upside. Now, this was the last high we created on Euro USD. This was the last high we created, and price has since failed to break above that high. We had a resistance point here, price tapped there, went down, tapped there again. We came to tap the same zone again. And at the moment, we might just have Euro USD pushing up again. Because, let me show you something on the line chart. When you check the line chart, okay, you can tell that we have broken out of this neckline. You can see that we're broken out of this neckline here. Okay, and then currently price is hopefully doing a retest to the upside. But then, like I said, the structure is bullish, so it's best to be looking for bullish opportunities also on your USD. Let me have the neckline drawn with the candlesticks. Now, also we have a gap on your USD, okay? You can't see it clearly on daily time frame. When I come on 4-hour, 1 hour, you're going to see the gap clearly. Now, let's start with what we can see on our charts. The immediate order block that has been mitigated, the demand zone, is this area. I'm going to fine tune it just a little bit, okay? Just to take it from the body here, because that'll be too much of a zone. So we have this area here, the neckline, and then this other block that we have below here. This area was just a retest I was showing you, okay? Price retesting that area. So the trade I can see at the moment is either this area here or this area here. Like I told you guys, price moves in zone. Before price gets to an upper zone, it has to react from a zone, like to retrace to sell. That is how I trade. I trade from zone to zone, not to really looking at the overall trend to follow the trend precisely. I just decide to trade from zone. That is how I can make money as a day trader. You can trade a trend, that is also good, but then I just try to catch zone to zone, okay? So at the moment, price is in the middle here. I'm looking at price possibly reacting from this area or reacting from the lower area we have here for buys. Let's come to the 4-hour and let's see how we can start fine-tuning our zones from there. Okay, now in the 4-hour time frame, we have this area, this other block below here, okay? The same area we had, I've just fine-tuned the other block just a little above. Now for sales in the zone, sales in this zone, nothing yet, guys. I can only see this big gap. We have this big gap here. Let's come to the 1-hour. 1-hour, let's look at the other block we drew, if it makes sense there. So 1-hour, the other block is not bad. The other block we have on the 1-hour time frame is not bad. Let's just check for sales in this area. Now for sales on your USD, I'm expecting price to actually come back inside the zone again, inside the zone here for sales. I'm not really seeing any clear area in this consolidation for sales yet. This area, I'm not seeing any clear confirmation there for sales yet, okay? So USD, let's just wait for it to come back into the zone. I don't have any clear setup on USD yet, guys. We might get price coming back into the zone and then possibly going down. But for now, let's leave it be, guys. Let's not force a setup on USD. I don't see anything. Unfortunately, I don't see anything on USD yet. Aside the buy zone here, I don't see any area above there for sales. So let's put USD on pause. Hopefully, if I get something forming or updating the community, let's put USD on pause. And let's come to GBPUSD. Let's come to GU. Now, last week, I met with my VIP members, okay? And we had this setup on GU. This was last week. Was it last week, Wednesday? Yes. And then we have price getting into our sell zone here on GBPUSD. We had a buy zone here. Price failed to tap it several times. And even on the live last week, Monday, we had a Fibonacci zone where price failed to tap. I think it was somewhere around here. Those who joined the live last week, you can go and watch the replay of it. We had price somewhere around here for buys, but price failed to come back to the zone. Price just shot up without us. Now, when I met with the VIP members, we had price also reacting in our another Fibonacci area, but then failed to get there. And currently, we are having price getting into our sell zone on GBPUSD. Now, let me show you how I came about the zone you see up there, okay? Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's just start analyzing from there. Now, on the daily time frame, you can tell that we've broken out of this neckline. We had a neckline here. Price has broken out of it. With this closure. Can you guys see it? We've broken out of this support, more like a neckline. We've broken it out of it with this closure. Now, when this break happened, we had another block that was left behind, which was this candle. This entire candle here, right? So after the break, we might have price coming back into the zone, possibly giving us selling opportunities from that area. So we might have something like this, price retesting the zone and then going back, right? Let's see what price is currently doing. So price has shut down. And then currently we have the gap. When the gap opened, when markets open with that gap, we had this bullish candle inside the zone that we were looking at, inside the sell zone. So I'm going to be looking for sells on GBPUSD inside this zone, okay? Let's come to the 4-hour and let's see how we can fine-tune that zone. On the 4-hour, we can bring our zone down just a little bit to this other block. Let me zoom in for those on TikTok. Is Shadrach around? Derek, is Derek around on TikTok? Moderate the TikTok comments for me, okay? Okay, so we have this other block, the same other block we had on the daily time frame. We have this other block there. Let me just block someone on TikTok. Okay. Now we have this other block we have fine-tuned, right, on the 4-hour time frame. That is how come I got that zone I showed you earlier for sales on GU. So I have my first possible sell zone here, which I'm going to be fine-tuning very soon. So possible sales on GU. This is my first sell zone. Price hasn't gotten there yet. It's almost there. Now for buys on GU, it's quite easy. This other block we have, this zone is going to be a very good area for buys. You guys see that tweezer bottom candlestick there? It's going to be very good for buys. So we have a possible sell zone here, and then we have a possible buy zone here. If you can learn to trade price from zone to zone without really having to go and look at whatever price is doing, what is the trend, what is the trend is good. But then if you're able to trade from zone to zone, trust me, you wouldn't stress in the market so much. I said possible price zone, possible buy zone, guys. Possible buy zone. Okay, now let's come to the 1 hour. We are going to be fine-tuning these zones that we have now. Okay, let's come to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour, we don't have to fine-tune our zone anymore because 1 hour we've already tapped into the zone, but then we are looking at price tapping the 4-hour other block that we had. So this possible sell zone, let's leave it be. Let's check the area here for buys. We can fine-tune our buys to this small other block here. And that whole other block, let's check how many pips that zone is. This is about 7.5 pips. 7.5 pips, guys. This is GBPUSD, the one asking GBPUSD. So let's fine-tune it to this small other block here. Now, 45 minutes. Let's see what price is doing. For sales, still we can't fine-tune the zone for sales. For buys in the zone, that zone is still valid, guys. That zone on GU is still valid for very good buys. For sales on the 45 minutes time frame, we can 30 minutes time frame, we can fine-tune it to this very small other block we have here. Now I'm doing this fine-tuning from the higher time frame. It's the same zone we had on the higher time frame. It's just we are fine-tuning them to have a very small stop loss on the lower time frame, so we wouldn't have to risk so much when we have a trade. Okay, so we've fine-tuned the zone to this very small area here. This whole zone is about 17 pips on GU. The sell zone is 17 pips. The buy zone currently is about 7.5 pips. 7 pips actually, 7 pips. And the sell zone is about 16.5 pips on GU. We are not there yet, almost inside the zone, guys. Let's check on 15 minutes. 15 minutes other block is also valid for me, guys. I wouldn't need to fine-tune the other block here we have for buys. No, I think it's good. Let's check if we can fine-tune the other block for sales. Yes, we can. We can really fine-tune the other block here we have for sales. To this area here, this is even going to give us a smaller stop loss. To this area here. Now, after this area, I'm not going to fine-tune my trade any longer because we've done a lot of fine-tuning. If we mess up, we might end up not even getting into the trade, okay? Sometimes we fine-tune and fine-tune, realize that in the end, you even don't get a trade at all. So this area is good. The sell zone we have above here is good. The buy zone we have below here is also very good on GU. This is my trade on GU, my setup on GU. Is it clear, guys? Will I trade this GU sell? Hopefully, with a VIP, hopefully. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear for everyone? Time frame, I'm currently on the 15 minutes on GBPUSD. Currently on 15 minutes time frame. Is it clear? YouTube, is it clear? I should put the price range on it. I'm going to send the setup to the community, okay, to the Telegram channel. So if you're not part of the channel, just head over to my bio, tap on the link in my bio to join the Telegram channel, okay? It's clear. All right. YouTube, is it clear? Let me see in the comments, guys. Is it clear? Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, let me just check quickly on gold. What is gold trying to do? Where's Owanda? Okay, gold is not in any of our zones yet, guys. Gold is not in any of our zones yet. And I told you guys, EURUSD, we will come back to EURUSD. I don't see anything on EURUSD yet, guys. I'll come back to EURUSD. Now, silver. Guys, I missed this silver trade badly. This silver trade, I missed it badly. I analyzed this zone with you guys last week on the live. This was our buy zone. Can you guys believe it? This was the buy zone on silver we had. This buy zone here. And price failed to tap the zone. This first tap, I thought price, okay, might just come into the zone. Shot up. We had price coming back into the zone again, just around the zone, and then price shot up. That is how I've been saying. Sometimes you fine-tune your zone so much, you end up not getting into the trade. That's exactly what happened to me. I wanted to just have a very small stop loss. In the end, I didn't even get into silver. And I'll see this whole push up to the upside. Just look at the push up. Just look at it. Just look at price from the buy zone we had all the way to this upside. This is a crazy push up on silver. Now, my target for silver on this trade would have been this sell zone here, okay? But then let's also remember we have a resistance point here on silver. So hopefully we might have some reaction from there, but let's just remove everything and then let's start analyzing afresh from the daily time frame. This is silver, guys. This is silver. Silver from the daily time frame. Okay, so silver is not really giving any significant move. Basically, I would say it's just been consolidating somewhat in this zone. Let's come to the 4-hour and then let's see what market is trying to do. Now for 4-hour on silver, let me remove the consolidation, guys. For the 4-hour time frame on silver, my 1-hour order block didn't tap. That is it. That is how come I didn't get into silver last week. It didn't tap, but 4-hour tapped. It's unfortunate. I always say if you fine-tune your zone so much, you might not end up getting into the trade. Now let's continue our analysis. Now, silver has gotten to this resistance point on the 4-hour time frame. It's quite a big resistance, if you ask me. So it means that we might have some form of retracement after this bullish move. Now, I always say, whenever we have an impulsive move, what should we be expecting? What should we be expecting, guys? You're unable to hear me. No sound, really. No sound. Guys, there's sound. Can you hear me? YouTube, can you hear me? Those on YouTube, can you hear me? Or is the internet? Those on YouTube, can you hear me now? Okay. So silver has tapped this resistance point we have here, okay, on the 4-hour time frame. So possibly we might have price retracing from there, okay. When we have an impulsive move, what should we be expecting? Let me check the comment. Impulsive move, we are expecting a correction. More like a corrective move, okay? A retracement. Yes, a pullback also. Yes, some pullback. Now with the pullback, there are two things that we can do. Retracement and an impulsive move. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? This is silver. This is silver, not... Let me just add the canvas to it so that it will be easy for you guys to know which pair I'm trading. Let me add a watermark to it. This should be fine. This is silver, guys. This is silver. Yes, the Fibonacci. Yes. So there are two things we can do to get possible retracement. You take your Fibonacci tool. So I'm going to take my tool from here. Pick it from the last low point, okay, and spread it to the high point. Now when we do this, we get this area as our possible retracement. The 50%, that is the zone I use, and 61.8% for a possible retracement. Let's make sure we are marking it exactly. Now, in that area, you don't just jump into that area because, that is your fib zone. You need some confluences there. What is something else I can see? I can see that price also broke out of this resistance point that it was creating here. Let me change the color so it's visible. I hope it's visible enough. So, price broke out of this resistance point here, and at the same level, we have a retracement, a Fibonacci retracement area around the same level. So, we have another confluence in that area. So we might possibly have price pulling back into this zone, giving us some form of reaction, okay, for some bullish reaction from the zone. But then overall, I'm looking at taking a trade from this other block here. But then, yes, we might have some retracement coming in from that fib zone that we have drawn. So let me just mark it. Fib zone, 50% to 61.8% fib zone. That is, we might have some retracements from that area, some bullish retracements from this area if price stops there. But then bear in mind, if we end up breaking this high again, this fib zone ceases to be valid, because we took this fib zone based on this high point that we have here, based on this recent high. If the new high is broken, that fib zone ceases to be valid. We have to just take our fib zone again. Once price starts to retrace, we take our fib zone again, spread it from the bottom to the top, and then get our new retracement zone. So for now, as we still have this high intact, this is going to be the Fibonacci zone that we are going to focus on for now. I hope that is clear. Tim, where is Tim? Where is Tim? Tim is not serious. Let me block him. If you provide 99% accurate signals, go and trade it on your own, okay? He's been blocked, guys. Don't worry. I blocked him. I don't know why Derek is not here today, but it's fine. Okay, let's move to the 1 hour time frame on silver. Now, silver on the 1 hour time frame, I would still want to fine-tune my zone. I know I missed my previous buy on silver, but I would still want to fine-tune my zone because silver stop loss is not for the weak, guys. Silver stop loss isn't for the weak. It isn't for the... Okay. So let's just see possible sells on silver, possible sells. No possible sell zone yet on silver, guys. No possible sell. I only have a possible buy zone, but I don't have possible sells on silver just around the area we are looking at. No possible sells. Only possible buy zones. I'm hoping to trade BTC today. That'll be the last pair I'll analyze today. Now, if we look at silver, let me come to the 1 hour time frame. If you look at silver, the area I'm looking for possible sells from, okay, is from this area where price broke out of. The zone, this area here. Let me change this yellow color. Yellow is not really a color I fancy so much. Blue should be fine. Blue should be fine. So I'm looking at price overall coming into this area here on silver, okay, for possible sells to the downside. But then I'm going to be waiting for the possible buy zone here. Good buys, very good buys. And then the fib zone here for possible reaction, because we have a breakout of this resistance point. You realize we have a tap here, okay? We have price inside this same area. I'm trying to show you the resistance price broke out of and why we have the Fibonacci zone just around that same area. If you realize this was more like a strong resistance price had created, like it had built liquidity in that area. And then when we took our fib zone, our Fibonacci tool from the bottom here to the upside here, we had the same area here being our possible retracement zone. So possibly this fib zone might fetch us some good retracement, might fetch us a good retracement. So let's just keep the Fibonacci zone. So for sales in this area, I don't have sales just yet, guys. I don't have sales on silver. There's no sales in this area here on silver. I'm not seeing anything. Let me remove this. Yes, guys, no sales on silver for now. Only buys, only buying setups, only buy setups. That is what I have at the moment. So yes, it's silver clear, guys. It's silver clear. It's silver clear. It's silver clear, my people. Is it clear? Time frame. This is the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour. It's silver clear, guys. Let me check the comment. Silver is clear. Okay, awesome. Okay, now let's check on BTC. BTC is the last one I have for today, guys. So for those that joined the live trading session on BTC over the weekend, we bought BTC from this zone. From this area here, that's where we bought BTC from. It was crazy on Saturday, guys. We smashed BTC crazily on buys on Saturdays. We had a sell zone here. Price reacted briefly from there, and then price broke out of the zone again. Now, yesterday I had a monitoring zone here, and I had this sell zone here. We had some sort of reaction in the sell zone. You can see some sort of rejection, like plenty rejections in the zone. Price broke out of the zone, and currently we are having some form of retest on BTC in the zone. Now, let's move everything and let's start analyzing afresh for today. Let's start from the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, on BTC, we have price breaking out of this area. I see this resistance here. Okay, a level here, that's price. You can tell we have one here. We have one level here. The same level here. So we might have price eventually, okay, coming back into the same area. Something like this. Before we have some bearish before we have some bearish reaction coming in from this zone. Just because that level is a daily level, okay, we might have some reaction from there. Now let's come to the 4-hour time frame. Now on 4-hour time frame, in that same area I just drew, I just saw we have an order block on the 4-hour time frame inside the zone. So I'm going to be focusing on that order block because I have a confirmation inside. Sorry, guys. We have a confirmation inside the zone now. Let's just extend the zone. And then let's have that area for our first possible sell zone on BTC USD. The sell zone makes a lot of sense. Okay, now on BTC, for buys on BTC, let's have this order block down. It's not to conclude yet. Let's just go and see what price has done inside or just around the order block before we conclude on the zone. Let's come to the 1-hour time frame. On 1 hour, that order block is perfect for me for buys for this area, okay? And sells in this area, we can fine-tune our order block to this very small order block we have here, this small one on BTC. Just to make sure we have a very small zone. We fine-tune the zone, very small zone. So we have this possible sell zone here, and then we have this buy zone here. But let's go to 30 minutes if we can do better there. Now 30 minutes, we don't have any other block that has been mitigated yet. This area still seems valid. For the sells on 30 minutes, let's check. It also matches or it coincides with the 1 hour order block that we marked, okay? Same area. So we are not going to fine tune this 30 minute zone. We are going to leave it as it is. 15 minutes, let's check what price has done inside the zone. Let's leave 15 minutes also as how it is because the other block there has been mitigated, but then let's just leave it. Let's leave it and focus on the 30 minute order block. Now for the buys on BTC, 15 minutes is giving a different reaction. Now you can tell we have another block here, but then there's another thing also. Price built liquidity here. On the live yesterday, I marked this area down for the liquidity, and price has dropped to this area. I'm still going to maintain that area for possible buys on BTC. Let's just focus on the 4 hour order block, okay? Because if you go to other time frames, the candles there all seem to have been mitigated, except this 4-hour candle. So let's have this possible sell zone here, and then this possible buy zone here on BTC. Hopefully price reacts from zone to zone so that things will move smoothly for us. So yes, that's basically what I have for BTC today. Hopefully we get into any of the zones, guys. Hopefully we get into any of the zones. Hopefully. Is BTC clear, guys? Is it clear? Is the setup clear for everyone? BTC, is it clear? Let me know in the comments. Is it clear? Awesome. US oil. Unfortunately, we are not analyzing US oil today. We are really far behind time. It's almost an hour since we started. Maybe next week I'll analyze US oil for you, okay? Okay, awesome. Now, aside that, I'm done with my analysis for today. So, USD, we will come back to USD, okay? We'll come back to USD. I don't have any setup for USD today, but I'm going to send BTC, silver, GBPUSD, and then go to the community very soon. So go join the Telegram channel. Check on the link in my bio to join the Telegram channel. Do you guys have any question? Any question, guys? Any question? Buy zone on gold. We have a buy zone on gold already. We have a buy zone on gold. It's here. I'll send the setup to the community when we are done. Gold one more time. You can go and watch, guys. The replays on YouTube. Okay, everything I'm doing now is being recorded on YouTube. So go to YouTube and then watch the replay there. Okay, watch the replay of gold on YouTube. Is there any question, guys? Is there any question? I'll be going live shortly to live trade. Hopefully BTC or gold, one of them. Because today's a bank holiday. I'm just looking at trading BTC, hopefully. But gold will move also. Is there a question, guys? Any question you want to ask? Let me know in the comments. You have a question? Thomas, go ahead, Thomas. The stream is lagging. Unfortunately, yes. My Starlink is messing up today. I don't know why. Sorry about that. I'll work on it before the next live, okay? I'll work on it before I go live in a few hours. I'll work on it. Trust me. Any question, guys? Bitcoin. You have a question on Bitcoin? You can go ahead. What question do you have on Bitcoin? What question do you have on Bitcoin? Mosimo, what question do you have? I should respond to you on WhatsApp. Sure, guys. I'm doing my best to respond to every single message. So many messages, guys. Everyone is going to get a reply. Trust me. I'm working hard to reply to every single person. My Starlink, yes. I mean, my Starlink internet, my router or whatever. I've analyzed gold already, guys. Go and check the live analysis. Go and check the live analysis on YouTube. You'll find it there, okay? Okay, guys. So that'll just be it for today. Like I said, if you want to join the VIP, if you use Xnet, you can join the VIP for free. If you use Xnet, you can go ahead and then join the VIP for free, right? Just send me a DM to the WhatsApp +233 54 0123 +233 54 0123 916, okay? +233 54 0123 916. Just send me a DM. Just tell me you want to join the free Xnet VIP, and I'm going to add it to the Xnet VIP. If you're in UK, if you're in Europe, if you're in some parts of Asia where you can't use Xnet, also you can send me a DM, and I'm going to find a solution for you to join the VIP. There's also the paid option to join the VIP, right? Those who don't want to join the free one, you want to pay to join the VIP, you can also go ahead and then tap on the bot link to join the VIP, or you can send a DM. Everything is automated, guys. Joining the VIP is automated. If you go to my community, I've pinned a message in the community. There's a message pinned there at the moment. Tap on the pinned message and follow the instructions to join the VIP. If you have any issues, you can always DM me and I'll be willing to assist you. Is that okay? Those who have sent DMs, rest assured they are going to get a reply, okay? No question, but thanks for your guidance. You're welcome. You're welcome. I should check GU again. That is GU. GU is not. It's not doing anything now, Benita. I've analyzed gold already. Guys. I'll send the setup to the community. So tap on the link in my bio to join the Telegram channel, guys. Tap on the link in my bio. Let's go join the Telegram channel. I'll be sharing everything there shortly. Okay, guys. So that'll be it. I'll catch you guys in a few hours. Hopefully in an hour time, I'll come live for us to live trade. Okay. So see you guys very soon. Go grab some breakfast. Stretch yourself. Don't do terrible things. It's just Monday. Don't do terrible things. And also because it's a bank holiday today, just make sure you're going very slow. Okay. Don't rush in this market because it's just a holiday. Markets might move a lot tomorrow. That'll be all for today, guys. See you soon.